What's up, everyone? Mr. Octagonal here from Octagonal Gaming. Now we're back with the North Pole Reindeer MyLeague, aka the 12 Days of Christmas MyLeague. This is the 6th episode, and after this episode, we're already halfway done with the series. Next episode, the final episode will be next Sunday. Of course, the series is daily. So last episode was probably my favorite episode so far of the series. We became the 1 seed in the playoffs. We did lose in the first round, but the Rockets were very, I don't want to spoil the team. The Rockets are very, very good. This is who we lost to. They do have a few differences, but like Harden, Paul, they were debatably the better team. I don't know how they were the 8th seed. But in the draft, we had picks, I believe, 9 and 12. We traded up to the 2nd pick, and we took LeBron James Jr., a.k.a. LeBron James' son, if you cannot tell. And in free agency, we signed Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's only a 92 overall because I did move him to power forward because I want to start my best players. I want to start LeBron James Jr. as well as Doncic and Barrett. So I needed to move Antetokounmpo to the power forward. That does mean Cameron Reddish will come off the bench. That's fine. He's a very solid 6-man. So here's the rotation. LeBron James Jr., Luka Doncic, RJ Barrett, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Marvin Bagley off the bench. Cam Reddish, Kyle Kuzma, Sharif O'Neal, and Marquise Chris. And honestly, I don't really think I want to give Harry Giles minutes. I do want to give more minutes to RJ. So, 34 for Giannis. Actually, no. Bamba needs more. 27 for Reddish. 31 for Bamba. We signed Marquise Chris last episode. At the end of the episode, we traded for Kyle Kuzma. I know we have a bunch of forwards off the bench. We will improve our guard depth and center depth this offseason, especially guard depth. So, let's get to being over. We go 58 and 24. We get the 1 seed once again. I really care about Rookie of the Year, and it's Isaiah Todd. I mean, the man put up 20 points and 7 rebounds as a rookie. Come on, that's pretty crazy. Our technical issue, but LeBron James Jr.'s dad makes the All-NBA first team. He has a torn meniscus. Kind of want to get LeBron James later, whenever we can. Second team, do we have anyone? Giannis makes the All-NBA third team. Of course, his stats did go down, but because he's on an insane team. So, Lonzo makes it. He's progressed pretty well in this series. Romeo, wow. All defense first team. Good for him. Giannis, all defensive second team. Chris Dunn is an 82. All rookie first team, we see our very own LeBron James Jr. 16.8 points, 0.1 rebounds, 5.7 assists, 2.2 steals. Pretty efficient. He had a whopping 11 rebounds this year. That's not a lot at all. Here are the other teams. Okay, so we are the 1 seed. Now we have probably a much easier opponent than the Rockets. That is the Suns. This team has a lot of depth. When I say a lot of depth, I mean, yeah. Kyle Lowry has not played a single minute for them. I thought I was just as young for a second. How did the Mavericks do it, actually, first of all? The Mavericks... Where the heck are the Mavericks? Oh, the Mavericks did good. That kind of sucks, because we have a pick. But we should beat the Suns, win our first playoff series in the series. Oh, we sweep them. And now we have the Blazers with Dame, I'm assuming. Isaiah Todd. Rudy Gobert is on this team. They still have CJ. So it seems like building around Dame and CJ worked, as we have landed Rudy Gobert, who's bounced around a lot, went to Washington. And, of course, we got Isaiah Todd in the draft. So, building around those 2 players has worked for them, but it's not going to work for them in the series. Because we're going to sweep them, leave rotation as is, and we sweep them. And now we have the Mavericks. Yeah, that pick is going to be awful. Oh, goodness. So the Mavericks, I passed on, blind. So, Romeo Langford is a superstar. Dennis Smith is very good. Robert Williams is an 85. He's progressed well. Harrison Barnes still on this team. We have Patrick Beverly, Bruce Brown, Zucchini, BJ Boston, the 25th overall pick, and he's a 78 overall. That's pretty crazy. John Lore, oh goodness. Willie Reed, Derrick Rose is on this team. Drew Holiday, I think we traded him there because he was on a gigantic contract. Mo Harkless, and Donovan Daly. We should win this series. We should maybe sweep them. Let's CPU. And we so far swept our way through the finals. We have the one-seeded Indiana Pacers in the finals, led by Marvin Bagley, Miles Turner. Thomas Bryant is an 86. He was on our team. Wowzers. Victor Oladipo, Frank Kaminsky, Ike Anigbogu, who's 23. And has done nothing for his team. TJ Leaf, Lance Stevenson, OG Anunoby's on the Pacers. Mike Muscala, Bojan Bogdanovic, Goran Dragic is on the Pacers. And no one else. So, can we win the NBA Finals? LeBron is back. And we win our first NBA Finals in 6 games. Giannis wins MVP. So, we are now NBA Finals champions. Of course, the series is not over. No. No. Yes, please. I'm sick and tired of the CP rule. I believe I think that's a terrible rule. I know the Nets got screwed, but it is what it is. So the first pick goes to the Toronto Raptors. This is also not a real draft class. Trent Peterson's a big baller, so I'm not going to let him go. Let's go to the draft. Let's see if we draft anyone. We're trading Tyler Lydon, the 26th pick, 2 future seconds, and a future first to the Spurs for the 8th overall pick. Tyler Lydon did not play at all. Let's see. The pick were horrendous, but I didn't really plan on trading it anyway. We are getting John Bailey, a power forward from Arizona. We do not have a natural power forward with Giannis playing there, so this can get us an actual power forward, which we kind of need. John Bailey is a 75. I'm happy with that. He will play next year. I'm going to make sure of that, and hopefully he can become our franchise power forward. What is his potential? Because that is extremely important. We have a lot of power forward depth, but really no one who I think can really be the future there. So I'm hoping John here can. Come on, John. Don't do me wrong. 82. That's not great at all. I may give him untapped potential. Team player options. All 4 of these players need to come back. We need to re-sign all of them at the end of next year. So we may need to look to trade a player like Sharif O'Neal. Qualifying. These. Giles 7 mil. No. Mohamed Bamba we need to bring back. But he's restricted. We have bird rights. We should be good. So free agency. Avery Bradley only wants 8.5 mil. I am definitely willing to pay this man that much money. Other than that, we have, like, no money at all. Patrick Beverley, we do need a backup point guard. I don't know why. Who has a gigantic contract other than Giannis? Oh, Kuzma. And Marquise Chris is making a lot. So we may need to look to flip one of these two. Kuzma was pretty efficient. Chris was not. So Marquise Chris probably needs to be on the way out. So Bamba, I'm just going to make sure we bring him back, of course. So, no, not a chance. So Patrick Beverley accepts. Avery Bradley goes back to Boston. Interesting. But I have no chance I'm renouncing Mohamed Bamba's rights. We need him back. He has been so important to this team. And Devontae Graham, I mean, go Kansas. I'd like to bring him back. Is there anyone who wants, like, a minimum contract? Mirotic, Rubio, Montrezl Harrell, Steady Osman. Really no one here who really appeals me. Really, no one really catches. Kelly Oubre. We don't have enough money for him. Waba, no. Yeah, really no one in here that's really has potential for me to go after. So I'm going to make sure we got Bamba back, and I will meet you guys at player progression. Bamba accept a qualifying offer, but we do need to make sure that this season that we re-sign everyone we need to re-sign, which is Bamba, Doncic, RJ Barrett, and Cameron Reddish. I'm probably going to trade Sharif O'Neal, as well as Kuzma and or Marquise Chris. So Giannis, he goes down 5, but that's just because I moved him to power forward. Don't worry about it. RJ Barrett goes up 3. He is someone who we need to bring back. Of course, Mohamed Bamba is 2. Cameron Reddish is an 87. Only put up 9 points a game. I'm probably going to want to give him more minutes. I want to give everyone in this big 4 a lot of minutes. Luka Doncic, he's only an 87. He did not play a lot of games because he was hurt. For a decent stretch of the season, yeah, 38 games. And when he did play, this team was so good. But he only played 38 games and only started 13. But that's because maybe I think I want to use him maybe as a permanent bench player, since he's really not progressing with his injuries. Junior is now an 87. Kuzma is the same. Sharif O'Neal, it depends on his asking price if I'm going to trade him or not. Kuzma definitely needs to go. Chris needs to go. Patrick Beverly, we got him for cheap. He's a 78, which is very solid. John Bailey, our first-round picks, can get plenty of playing time. Training camps, I need to give Bailey the untapped potential, and hopefully someone else has a training camp, so I can give, like, Giannis, like... Oh, goodness, poor Malcolm Geiger. I think that might be, like, a Ryan Shazier injury, but... I want John Bailey to get untapped potential, and then Giannis to get inside defense, so I have to choose here. What's Giannis' inside defense, anyway? B-. Since he's playing power forward, I'm going to give Giannis the inside defense over the potential for John Bailey. Hopefully, Bailey can become something for us, so we can have Reddish primarily off the bench. So that's pretty much it for the offseason. Now all we need to do is make some trades, like trading all of our power forwards, except for Giannis, and John Bailey. These three we may have to trade. Also, contract extensions. Sharif wants 23 mil. I'm not looking to pay him that much money, so we need to trade all three of these guys. Trading Kyle Kuzma, Sharif O'Neal, Gary Payton, the game signed Gary Payton, and a future first-round pick to the Clippers for Kevon Looney, some scrub, and their first-round pick this year. The Clippers are awful. They still have Blake and DeAndre. This is why I think they should not have re-signed Blake Griffin. I mean, they have Kyle Kuzma now, but and Sharif O'Neal now. You get the point. So I'm going to make a rotation, and I'll get you back to you guys. I traded Kevon Looney to the Kings for a 2026 first-rounder and a 2024 second-rounder. So here's a look at the team going into season number 6, I believe. It has LeBron James Jr., R.J. Barrett, Cameron Reddish, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Mohamed Bamba off the bench. Luka Doncic, John Bailey, I want him getting a lot of minutes. Even if it means we're a little worse, I do want him to develop. Marquise Chris, and Patrick Beverly, and these guys aren't getting any minutes. James Johnson is back. He was on our team for a tad. It didn't really matter. So, that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Next episode will be tomorrow. So, peace.